Hello Earth, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mars Manson and today we are doing the Summerween tag. I am so freaking excited for Summerween. Horror is my favorite genre of book. I got my start on Twitch playing horror games. I just love horror, which is ironic because I don't at the same time, you know what I mean? Reading horror is fine, okay? But I'm not going to that haunted house with you, and if you pull out a Ouija board, I'm out. So I have all of the questions on my computer over here, so if you see me looking over, that is why. But let's get into the Summerween BookTube tab. Huge shout out to the hosts of Summerween. I'm just so excited because this is the first Summerween that I get to participate in. And I love horror so much. So the questions come from Little Ghost Creations, and I will have them linked in the description down below. And the hosts are Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte. And I will also have them linked down below as well. So huge shout out to them for hosting Summerween. And let's get into the questions. What spooky reads are you most excited about in your TBR pile right now? Can I say all of them? Because all of them. I did pick a few. I'm excited to read Tomi, okay, by Junji Ito, I think is how you say the author's name. Tomi is a graphic novel. I actually have a hard time reading the manga style graphic novels because it's hard for me to read backwards. And this is a chonker, right? But I have heard so many good things about this that I have to do it. I have to read it. So it might take me a bit, but I'm so excited to read Tomi. I also am really excited to get into Plain Bad Heroines. I've heard such good things about this book. There's even illustrations in here, which, like, how stunning is this? Just how stunning. I am so excited. I don't know much about this. I know that it's a group of women, and I think there's LGBTQIA representation in here. And I think there's like a haunted house. I don't know much about it, but I'm real excited to get into it. So this one is Fear Street by R.L. Stine. Okay, this is actually the first 3 novels in the Fear Street series. I didn't get into Fear Street when I was a kid. I only ever read Goosebumps. The new movies are coming out and I want to see what all the hype is about. And of course I have to read the book before I can watch it. So I figured this would be a good starter. It's, like I said, the first 3 novels, which is The New Girl, The Surprise Party. Oh, I guess it's 4. The New Girl, The Surprise Party, The Overnight, and Missing. So it's the first 4 that are in here. And I'm just really excited to get into this world, especially since the movies are coming out. I don't know how far into it I need to go. The thing with Fear Street is, I want to say there's like 30 books, right? And so I don't know how deep into Fear Street I need to actually get in order to understand the movie. But we'll see. So I'm gonna just try the first 4 and kind of see how I feel about it. But I'm really excited to get into that. The next one, and this is, like I said, I'm really excited for probably all of them, but the next one is House of Leaves. Okay, I've had this on my TBR for easily 6 months and I've never picked it up. This is said to be the scariest book, like, of all time, right? And a lot of horror novels that I read, they don't really scare me. Some of them creep me out. A lot of them creep me out, but none of them really, like, there's only been one series ever that has given me nightmares. And it was a YA series by Daniel Vega. It was called The Merciless. And it was The Merciless, The Merciless 2, and The Merciless 3. The reason why that spooked me so much is because I don't do good with possession. Possession freaks me out. That terrifies me. And so I read those 3 books, scared the shit out of myself, returned the books to the bookstore and was like, I can't, it's too scary. Like, I can't have it in my house. Like, you'll never catch me reading The Exorcist. It's a no from me. But this is supposed to be like the scariest book of all time. And I really would love to see if it's going to scare me as much as The Merciless did. I don't think this has to do with possession. I don't know much about it because I want to go in blind. Flipping through it though, like some of these pages, like what is this? I don't know. I'm excited to get into it, but I'm also really nervous to get into it. A lot of it, like, it doesn't make sense to me, and I don't know how I'm gonna, like, I just don't know. What's your favorite revenge novel? That's easy. This, I think, is everyone's favorite revenge novel, but it's Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. If you have not read Gone Girl, let me just put it out there. Gone Girl is the epitome of revenge. It is. It is non-stop revenge. Everyone's getting revenge on everyone in this novel. So what is a horror or thriller crime book you wish you could experience for the first time? The Diviners, okay? And maybe a lot of you are not going to agree that it is not a horror, but the first book is literally a murderer killing people and ripping their organs out. The second book has to deal with like dream hauntings and so on and so on. So I consider the Diviner series a YA horror, and just the friendship that is in that book between the characters. I just love all of the characters so much, and they hold a very special place in my heart. And I just wish that I could read it again and experience again for the first time just the amazingness of the Diviners novels. Not book 4, we don't talk about book 4, but the other ones, yes, I love them. Sucks to suck. You were just given a handful of your least favorite candy. The one not even your sibling or friends will trade for. What candy is it? And what spooky book did you want to love that disappointed you? Okay. The first one is super easy for me. Candy corn. Okay? Candy corn is disgusting. I don't know who likes candy corn. I can't say that. My husband loves candy corn and he would eat it, and I'm like, it's gross. Like, what are you doing? Candy corn is disgusting. I hate it. Hands down, candy corn. Honorable mentions would be Mounds and Almond Joy. Like, ew, who's eating that? No. It's gross. So those, like, are my top 3, like, candies: candy corn, Mounds, and Almond Joy. What book did I want to love that disappointed me? No One Gets Out Alive by Adam Neville. I had heard such good things about this book, and I picked it up from my library, and I think I read 200 pages, and it was just, I wanted to love it, and I kept trying to get into the world. I kept trying to read it, and it was just so boring. It got to a point where I was just like, I don't care. Like, I just don't care. And so I quit reading it. I DNF'd it. But it sucks because so many people were like, oh, it's so good, you're gonna love it. And I really did want to love it, but I just couldn't get into it. Time to put on your costume. If you could exist in one spooky novel, which one would it be? And who would your best friend be? The Diviners, for sure. First of all, I am a little bit creepily obsessed with true crime and murder and serial killers and things like that. In the first book, that's really what you get into. And so I would be down to be like researching and creeping and all of that. Second of all, I just love the friendships that are in that group. of characters, and I feel like my best friends, Henry and Theta. Henry and Theta, hands down. Absolutely. Those two would be like my best friends, and yeah, I just, that would be like the spooky world I would want to live in. What's your favorite haunted house book and or TV show? I have two for this one. One is probably a classic that everybody talks about, but the Amityville Horror. Amityville Horror is one that actually really got me into my love of horror, like a more recent one. Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. If you have not read any Riley Sager, what are you doing? Okay, I stan Riley Sager. I love Riley Sager. I didn't love The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager that much, but this one is fantastic. Lock Every Door, I feel like, could be like an honorable mention because it's kind of a haunted house, but this one is hands down a haunted house story, and it's so good. So those are my favorite books. The food question. You can only pick one from each. Would you rather A, chocolate or sour candy? Chocolate. For sure. B, coffee or tea? Both. Coffee. If I absolutely had to pick, it would be coffee. But I do enjoy both. I do drink a lot more coffee than I do tea. And if I want tea, it has to be iced. Coffee I can do hot or cold, but tea always iced. Always. So coffee. I would pick coffee. And C, this one's easy. Apple or pumpkin pie. If y'all know anything about me, I hate pumpkin. I hate everything pumpkin flavored. It's disgusting. So apple pie, hands down. Pumpkin pie is gross. It's a no. Show us your favorite book with a witch or a woman who gets screwed over by society and the patriarchy. This one should not be a surprise. The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. Hands down, this is such a good book. It is 100% a woman who is basically screwed over by society. Which book on your shelves or audiobook library has the scariest book cover? Okay. So I actually just got, this is a middle grade. I just got this. It's The Forgotten Girl. This cover is stunning, but that little girl's eyes really creep me out. Okay. Children in horror already really creep me out, but her eyes, ooh, the look on her face, it's creepy. Yeah, it's creepy. So for me, this one for sure. The next one is a true crime. This is The Night Stalker. It's basically the story of Richard Ramirez, or the Night Stalker. It's just something about the look on his face in this cover that I'm just like, oh, he's creepy. And the back isn't any better. It's like the same picture, but it's like cut to, it's creepy. So those are my two, like, I don't necessarily think I have a book that has the scariest book cover, but those are the two that make me go, ooh. It's Summerween and it's hot outside. What books do you recommend that give off summer vibes? Think lakes, cabins, beaches, etc. Whatever reminds you of summer. So one on my TBR is The Cabin at the End of the World. I haven't read it yet, but that gives me summer vibes because it's the cabin at the end of the world. Typically, you go to a cabin in summer. The second one I have for this is Cirque Berserk. This is such a fun read, and it's set in an abandoned circus, and that really gives me summer slasher vibes, because typically a circus doesn't run in the winter. You're typically going in spring and summer. So definitely Cirque Berserk. You and your friends are exploring a well-known haunted house. You get separated suddenly and you hear screams coming in from somewhere upstairs. You run into the next room and find two of your friends. Which two fictional characters are they, and who do you want in the situation with you? Can I just say, in this situation, I'm going to say Darby from No Exit, because Homegirl would like go up to bat for me. I feel like she would do whatever she possibly could to make sure that I get out alive. Trick or Treat, Stephen King, H.P. Lovecraft, Mary Shelley, and Shirley Jackson are at your front door. Who do you give the best and biggest candy bar to? Out of all of those authors, I've only ever read Stephen King, okay? And out of all of the Stephen King that I've read, I don't think I've ever given any of his books 5 stars. But since I don't know the other authors, and I've never read the other authors, Stephen King would get the biggest and best candy bar, because he's the only one I would recognize, and that would probably be really awkward. What is your favorite spooky book to movie adaptation where both of them are good? Oh, this is easy. Gone Girl and Sharp Objects. Okay, Gone Girl is a book and a movie, and Sharp Objects is a book and a TV show adaptation, and they are both phenomenal. The books are phenomenal, and the movie / TV show, absolutely perfect. I would 100% say those are my favorite. Let me know in the comments down below, are you going to participate in Summerween, and what are you most excited to read? Huge shout out again to Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte for hosting Summerween, and to Little Ghost Creations for the questions. I will again have all of them linked in the description down below. I believe Summerween this year is from July 2nd to July 8th. So be on the lookout for the reading vlog that I will do with some of the fun, scary books. And I will see y'all in the next one. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.